Alright, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make this 4x4 double-sided vault piston door, and works pretty nicely. It's a pretty fast design, and what makes it different from most of the designs on YouTube is that it's double-sided. It's exactly the same on the other side. So let's just get right into the tutorial. So first thing, you have to place in all the pistons and their corresponding blocks. So 4, 4, 4, 4, and then you have 2 rows of 2, and in the middle you have a double piston two double piston extenders. So make sure you get that right. The next thing you're going to want to do is place in the observers, because those are a pain to get in later on. So you're just going to have to build up a little bit and get it in like that. And then the same thing over here. And then same thing on the bottom. And doing this will save some time and stress later on, because once all the redstone wiring is in, it's pretty difficult to get the observers. There we go. Now that these are all in, I want to start by placing in a line of blocks down here. And these are just redstone line. And then you need a repeater output from them. Into this row of blocks on the outside. And might want to just turn it on. And then the redstone in. And the same thing on the other side. Okay, so once you have this, you're going to start powering the ones on the side. And build out 2 to the side, 1 up, piece of redstone. And then you start making redstone torch tower. Build up to there. A block on top, and that powers those 2. And the same thing on the other side. Okay. So next you're going to power the same ones on the back side. So to do that, you're going to make a bit of a different torch tower. Just block diagonal from the redstone line on both sides, which then goes into this block with redstone dust on top to power the other piston. And this will just make making the double piston extender easier later on. Okay, so once you have those in, you have to connect one of these lines to the top. I just use this line. Doesn't really matter though. So just get that up there. And redstone torch, which connects to this line of pistons. You can use your block of choice here, because this part will be visible inside the door, so I'll just be using the prismarine blocks. And you have to make sure that you have redstone on this block right here, because later on there will be a piston right below it, and you need that piston to be powered. So get that in like that. And then just power it all. So now you have all of the outer pistons powered, and they'll all retract. You use that redstone torch. And now you have to get on to the more difficult part, which is, of course, the double piston extenders. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is have this line in here run into a block which has a sticky piston on top facing upwards and a redstone block on that. Block, sticky piston, and the redstone block. Next, you're going to want to take an output from this redstone torch right here, and it's going to power this piston right here, and set that to 4 ticks. Same thing on the other side. Okay, now on the other side, you are going to have the upper pistons powered. So, place that in there. Same thing, 4-tick repeater. You do have to add in a couple extra ticks just because this is on Bedrock, and double piston extenders are a little less consistent. And you should also add in this block there, with redstone on top. And now you have everything in, but you do have to work on the retraction of the double piston extender. So to do that, you're going to need a piston under this observer. So get it right in there. And get 2 blocks going into the piston. This part, you just need a slight reworking of this if you are on Java, because this redstone will break, but it doesn't on Bedrock, so just leave it like that. Another repeater to 4 ticks, and then you're going to go do that exact same thing on the other side. So, repeat piston and repeater, 4 ticks, and redstone. Okay, so to finish off the upper observers, you're going to want to come over to this side, get a piston over here, get rid of that block, and then power piston on a 4-tick delay. And then over here, same thing, you're just going to have to build up a little bit more. There you go, build up. And one more, and just get the torch on the side. And same thing, going to get the piston in there. And a repeater output from this torch, 4 ticks. And then once you turn it off, door will open, and you're just going to want to place in all the extra blocks that would make up your floor and walls. So we'll just get 2 rows there, and 2 rows here. And you can also fill in the walls like that. So the only bit of redstone that will be visible in this is these 2 redstone blocks down here, which is unfortunate, but it makes it so that you don't have to use a triple piston extender, which is a lot of work and would make this contraption a whole lot bigger. And it uses, of course, a lot more redstone resources. So, as you can see, it fits in nicely. Just surround it with whatever block you want, whatever fits your base. And then I would suggest, for now, for testing it, could just do something like this, and just for testing, it's up here, redstone line, and get in this redstone block, and you can see it works pretty well. And I'd suggest hooking it up to some sort of pressure plate system with a pulse extender so that you have enough time to walk through the door. Alright, that's all for now, and I'm out.